This meeting is being recorded.
Good evening, all. In the last session, we discussed about what is pipeline in the Jenkins and why we need to go for pipeline. Sequence of jobs execution. Sequence of jobs execution is called as pipeline. Now, when we are setting up environment for our application, we will be having multiple environments, right? Like dev, sit, UAT, pilot, and prod. And for every environment, we are going to create a job. Like for dev environment, a dev job. For sit environment, sit job. For UAT environment, UAT job, like that. For every environment, we are going to create jobs. Now, the requirement is when I have committed the code to dev environment, that code should be deployed to dev server. If the dev server deployment is successful, then if the dev server deployment is successful, then immediately I want to deploy the code into sit environment also. Like this, I want to execute the jobs in the sequence. So this is my requirement. So yesterday I told you how to set up the environment to run our application, how to set up the environments to run our application. Now let me go to EC2 instances. Yeah, guys, as I told you yesterday, I have created several EC2 instances here. Jenkins server is available, dev server, sit server, UAT server. There are 4 EC2 instances I have taken as discussed in the yesterday's session. Let me go to this diagram. I have taken one EC2. In that I have installed my Tomcat server. So I'm calling that as a dev server. And I have taken a second EC2, which is called as a sit server. In that I have installed Tomcat server. And I have taken third EC2. In that I have installed Tomcat. I'm calling it as UAT server. So total there are 3 servers are available to deploy my application. They are running in 3 different EC2 instances. And one more EC2 instance in that my Jenkins software is running. Okay. Now first, let me start these EC2 instances, guys. Let me start my EC2 instances and let me run them. Let me run them. So total, how many EC2 instances we are taking for this? How many EC2 instances we are taking for this? Can you tell me? Total 4 EC2 instances we are taking for this. Okay, let me start those 4 instances: Jenkins, dev server, sit server, UAT server. I'm going to start all these instances. Instance state, let's wait for this. Now actions, instance state, start. Jenkins server is running, going to start dev server, sit server, and UAT server. Yes, start. Now I'm starting this. I'm starting this. I have installed Tomcat server in 3 instances and Jenkins in 1 instance. Instance state running. So 4 instances are going to display. Now we will connect to those 4 EC2 instances by using MobaXterm. We'll connect to those 4 EC2 instances by using MobaXterm. Now can you see that 4 instances are started? First, let me connect with the dev server. Let me connect with dev server. Public IP of this dev server. Go to MobaXterm. Go to MobaXterm. Connect it to the dev server. Here I have created a session also, guys. The dev server. Edit the session. IP got changed, so I'm changing the IP. I'm connecting to dev server now. I'm connecting to my dev server. Now, see here, I have connected to dev server. Clear this. Present working directory EC2 user ls-l cd space Apache Tomcat cd space bin /startup.sh. My dev server got started. Tomcat server started in the dev server EC2. Let's go to this public IP, access this :8080. The default port number, because Jenkins is running in a different machine, so my Tomcat can use 8080 port number. Now, so here this is the IP of my dev server. This is the IP of my dev server. Similarly, let me go to seed server public IP, seed server public IP, and go to mobile extreme. Go to mobile extreme. Here I can see the sessions. So this is my seed server. Edit this. As public IP got changed, I'm changing this. Click on OK. Let me connect it to seed server also. Present working directory EC2 user cd space apache and bin /startup.sh. Now in the seed server also my Tomcat server got started. Access the public IP of this seed server, public IP of the seed server :8080. In seed server also Tomcat server is running. Let me go to UAT server public IP, go to sessions. This is my UAT server. Click on edit, change the public IP. Okay, now UAT. I have connected to UAT server as well. Good. cd space apache /bin. Now ./startup.sh. Tomcat is running here also. Now take this public IP, go to this one :8080. Now can you see here 243:8080? This is my dev server. This is my dev environment Tomcat server. 74:8080. It is my seat environment Tomcat server. And if you go to 188:8080, this is my UAT server Tomcat. Now can you see that there are four servers are running, three environments are there. In three environments my Tomcat servers are running. Go to server state in the UAT, admin, click on sign in. Okay, now list applications. So there is no application available with Ashok IT in the UAT. This is my UAT server. Go to second tab, that is seed server.
This meeting is being recorded.
Go to this sessions. Now I need to create one session for Jenkins. Remote host, specify username. That username is EC2-user. SSH settings, use the private key. Use this private key. Terminal settings. Okay. Network settings, bookmark settings, session name. Here I can give the session name as Jenkins server. Click on OK. Now I connected to Jenkins server. Clear sudo system ctl status of Jenkins. Now my Jenkins is running in this. Okay. Go to public IP of Jenkins, access that Jenkins dashboard. Jenkins is also running on 8080. Username and password. Username and password. Let's go here. Sign in. Fine. We are able to log in into Jenkins. So let me delete everything in the Jenkins, guys. So whatever we have, I'm going to delete everything in the Jenkins. I will create the jobs from very beginning so that you guys can understand it properly. Now I have deleted everything in my Jenkins. So there is nothing available, just some softwares got installed. Now if you go to global tools configurations, so there we have configured JDK. There we configured Maven. Maven, those things we have configured, right? Similarly, today we need one plugin to install. That plugin is called as build pipeline. Build pipeline plugin we have to install, guys. Build pipeline. So there will be a plugin that should be installed in our machine. I have installed that plugin which is called as build pipeline plugin. So you need to install that plugin also to create a pipeline in our Jenkins. Fine. So see here, dev server, sit server, and UAT server, and Jenkins. So total, how many virtual machines created in the Linux now? So total, how many virtual machines created? Total, how many virtual machines created? Come on, guys. Tell me total, how many virtual machines created? So total 4 virtual machines created. Dev machine, sit machine, UAT machine, and for Jenkins, we have created this. Now, let me go to my Git repository. Let me go to my Git repository. This is my Maven web application. Here I have a Git repository. Okay, let me go to Jenkins and let me create a job in the Jenkins. So we know already how to create a job in the Jenkins. New item. Let me create it as Ashok IT dev job. I'm creating this as Ashok IT dev job. I'm selecting this as a freestyle project, guys. Please concentrate carefully. I'm creating one dev job, Ashok IT underscore dev underscore job. I'm selecting as a freestyle project. Click on OK. Click on OK. Now, source code management, selecting Git, take the Git repository, copy this repository URL, credentials. Already we have configured GitHub credentials. Master branch, it is taking by default. Build triggers, poll SCM, star, 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 5 stars. Every minute it is going to check the repository. Every minute it is going to check the repository. If some changes committed to repository, then my build should be triggered. Build environment, delete workspace before build starts. Build steps, add build step, invoke top level Maven targets. So Maven version already configured. Goals I'm giving as clean compile, post build action, deploy var to container. So var file I can find out in this location. Var context path I'm giving it as just Ashok IT. Container name Tomcat 9.x I'm going to configure. Tomcat 9.x credentials admin. The Tomcat URL, this is the Tomcat URL of my dev server. Configure this URL, configure this URL. This is the dev server URL, guys. This is the dev server URL. Okay, click on apply, click on save it. Now, with this, we are able to create a dev job. We are able to create the dev job. Now, similarly, I want to create sit job also. I want to create the sit job also. Then what I can do here, new item, freestyle project, Ashok IT underscore, SIT underscore job, freestyle project, okay. Source code management, Git repository, repository URL, I'm giving. Credentials, Git credentials I have to select, master branch, build after other projects are built. When my sit job should be executed, guys, build after other projects are built. Select this projects to watch, enter Ashok IT dev job. If Ashok IT dev job is executed successfully, then I want to execute my sit job. Okay, fine. Next one, build environment, delete workspace before build starts, build trigger, top level Maven targets. So Maven version I'm selecting, Goals I'm selecting as clean package, post build action, deploy var2 container. Var file will be available ****var file. Context path, I'm taking this as Ashok IT and Ashok IT hyphen sit. Sit is the context path I'm giving Ashok IT hyphen sit. Container, I'm giving this container name as 9.x. Credentials of the Tomcat. Tomcat URL. This is the sit server Tomcat URL, my second tab. Tomcat URL, apply, save it. Okay. Now go to dev job. Can we edit this? Yes, I'm making a small change, guys. Context path I want to change. This one I'm giving as Ashok IT-dev. Apply, save it. So with this, two jobs are created, a dev job and a sit job. So what is the trigger condition? What is the trigger condition? If dev job is executed successfully, then only my sit job should run. If the dev job is executed successfully, then only my sit job should be executed. Okay, now come back. Create one more job called UAT job, Ashok IT underscore Ashok IT hyphen UAT hyphen job. This is also freestyle project. Click on OK. Source code management. Let me give it as a Git repository. Copy this code, give the repository URL, credentials, select the credentials, build triggers. After other projects built, which project? Ashok IT sit job. For UAT job, I'm configuring the sit job as a project to watch. If sit is successful, then only my UAT should start. I'm configuring sit for UAT. Build environment, delete workspace, build a trigger, build step, top level Maven targets, Maven goals, clean and package, post build action, deploy var2 container, post build action, deploy var2 container. Var file will be available in this location. Context path, Ashok IT hyphen UAT container, Tomcat 9.x credentials, Tomcat credentials, Tomcat URL. This is the URL of sit server. I'm configuring Tomcat of the UAT server Tomcat URL. I have configured. Click on apply, click on save it. Now, can you see that there are total 3 jobs created: dev job, sit job, and UAT. Are you guys clear with my point? Are you guys clear with my point? For dev job, Maven goals given wrong. Clean O should be package. Yeah. Clean package. These are the goals I have given for a dev. If anything needs to be modified in the job, so we have an option called configure option. We have an option called configure option. Okay, fine. Good. Dev server, can you see? Is there any application available in the dev server currently with the name called Ashok IT Dev? No application available. Go to sit server, list applications. Is there any application available with the name called Ashok IT? No. Go to UAT server. Is there any application available? No. My Jenkins jobs are available. Now, do you want to execute these jobs? Do you want to execute these jobs manually, or we want to execute these jobs through a pipeline? Do you want to execute these jobs manually, or you want to execute these jobs through a pipeline? We want to execute these jobs through a pipeline. In order to execute through a pipeline, you need to go and install one plugin, guys. Go to manage Jenkins. So there is a manage plugins option. Go to available plugins. So you need to check for a plugin with the name called build pipeline. In my Jenkins software, I have already installed that plugin, which is called build pipeline plugin. Now see here, build pipeline plugin I have already installed. Build pipeline plugin I have already installed. So you install that plugin. Once you install that plugin, here already the jobs are displaying in the dashboard. Can you see one plus icon? Can you see one plus icon here? Can you see one plus icon after all? When you click on the plus icon, it will display build pipeline view. It will display build pipeline view. When you go to dashboard, basically all the jobs are getting displayed here. All the jobs are getting displayed here. When you click on the plus icon, build pipeline view is displaying. When you install build pipeline plugin, then only pipeline view will be displayed. Select this pipeline view, enter the name Ashok IT pipeline. Ashok IT pipeline. I'm giving a name for this. I'm selecting. See once again, go to dashboard, click on plus, enter a name Ashok IT pipeline. I have entered some name for this. Now go to build pipeline view, click on create. Now it is asking some description for the pipeline. I'm entering the same name, build pipeline view title. Then I can say that Ashok IT build pipeline. Ashok IT pipeline. Pipeline flow layout. It is asking upstream or downstream configuration. Select initial job. When you execute the pipeline, which job should be executed first? Initial job is the dev job. This is most important configuration. Select initial job. So when I'm creating a pipeline, I'm selecting the initial job as Ashok IT dev job. So when I run the job pipeline, dev job should execute. If the dev job is a success, sit job should execute. If the sit job is success, UAT job should execute. That is my pipeline configuration. Okay. Build codes, standard build codes, restricted triggers to most recent successful builds, always allow manual triggers on the pipeline steps, number of displayed builds, row headers. Now you don't need to do anything here. Click on apply and okay. Simple. Select the pipeline, give name for that pipeline. Select initial job for the pipeline. That's it. Which job you want to execute first? I'm configuring dev job first. Then go there, click on apply, click on view. Now, can you see pipeline triggers are displaying now? Can you see the pipelines are displaying in a row? 3 pipelines are displaying. First one is pipeline is displaying dev job is the first one. Then we have a sit job. Then we have a UAT job. We have a UAT job. All right. Now let's check it. In the dev, do you have any application deployed? No. In the sit, do you have any application deployed? No. In the UAT, do you have any application deployed? No. Now go to here. This is my Jenkins pipeline view. This is my Jenkins pipeline view. Trigger pipeline. Trigger pipeline. I'm triggering my pipeline. Can you see my dev job started? Can you see my dev job started? Yes. Dev job started. Dev job started. Come to this. Refresh. Can you see application deployed to Ashok IT dev? Can you see application deployed to Ashok IT dev? Yes or no? Application deployed to dev. Application is sit also executed, UAT also executed. All the 3 jobs executed successfully. Now go to dev. Ashok IT dev is deployed. List applications. Ashok IT sit is deployed in the sit server. Go to UAT server list applications. Ashok IT UAT also deployed. Am I able to deploy my application into 3 environments with a single click? Am I able to deploy my application to 3 environments with a single click? Come on. Come on, guys. Am I able to deploy my application to 3 environments with a single click? Now, 3 jobs are available in my Jenkins. 3 jobs are available in my Jenkins. Now see here. Now 1 minute 4 seconds, 1 minute 18 seconds ago dev job executed. 1 minute 4 seconds ago sit job executed. 49 seconds ago UAT job executed. They executed through a pipeline. Now go here, click on Ashok IT dev project, access the project. Yes, we are able to access the project. So this is my dev environment. Go to sit environment, Ashok IT SIT. Click on this project name. Is it deployed into my Tomcat server? Yes, it is also deployed in Tomcat. The URL is Ashok IT SIT. Here the URL is Ashok IT Dev. That is the context path I have configured. Go to third one. This is my UAT server. Click on this application name. The project is deployed into UAT server also. How the project deployed to 3 servers now? Now, let me commit some change to the repository and check it. Let me commit some change to the repository and check it. Automatically, they are going to trigger or not. Edit, edit. Welcome to Ashok IT. So I'm going to configure some text. Leading Software Training Institute. Okay. Commit the changes to the repository. Commit the change. Yes, I have done the change. I have done the change here. Go to the dashboard. Go to the dev job. Second one we have executed manually. Now let's verify. Third one is going to start automatically or not. I have committed a change to my repository. In the dev job, I have configured poll SCM. If the commit happened to the dev job, the build should be triggered automatically. The build should be triggered automatically. Now check it. Yes, guys, can you see? Third one is started automatically. Am I starting that manually or that started automatically? Third job. Did I start that job manually or it start automatically? Automatically third job started. Third build started for the dev. Now refresh this in the dev environment. Can you see the change in the server? Can you do the change? Can you see the change in the server? Whatever the code I have pushed it to the repository, that code is deployed to dev server. Let's go and check sit job also executed. Let's go and check sit job also executed. Let's go and check UAT job also executed. Go to the server, dev server. Latest code is reflected. Go to the sit server, refresh. Wow, latest code is deployed into sit server also. Go to UAT, refresh. Latest code is deployed in the UAT. 100%. Perfectly, my pipeline is working. Perfectly, my pipeline is working. Whatever the code I have changed, is that code deployed automatically to all the environments, or do I need to do anything manually? First, I have created a dev job. Poll SCM configuration I have created for that. Poll SCM. When we do some commit to the repository, then automatically dev job is a triggering. If the dev job is a success, automatically my SIT should start. If my SIT build is a success, automatically my UAT job should start. So that is what the meaning of pipelines in the Jenkins. A sequence of jobs execution is called as a pipeline. Now, if any developer commit the code to the repository, it is going to 3 environments at a time. It is going to 3 environments at a time. Guys, beautiful concept or not? How the projects will be deployed to multiple environments in the real time. Are you getting the concept of development plus operations now? Operations are automated. Operations are automated. Now see here, Git repository available, dev job is available, sit job is available, UAT job is available, dev job available, sit job is available, UAT job available, dev server available, sit server available, UAT server available. We have created a pipeline. When you run the pipeline, code will be deployed to dev. If it is deployed successfully into the dev, then it will deploy to sit. If it is successful in the sit, then it will deploy to UAT also. So this is environments, how we need to deploy the project into environments that we have discussed by using pipeline concept. Got my point, all of you? If you commit the code to repository, then that repository should have a commit. Then when the commit happened to the repository, my dev job is going to execute because of the poll SCM. If the dev job is a success, then my sit will execute. My sit job will deploy the code to sit server. If sit build is a success, then my UAT job will execute. UAT job will deploy the code into UAT server. So in how many servers our application is running? In 3 servers our application is running. Dev server will be used by the developers for integration testing. Sit server will be used by the software testing team of our project to test the application. UAT server will be used by clients to test the application. Got it? Got it. Perfect. Okay, good. Fine, guys. So with this, we understood how to create a pipeline. How to create a pipeline in the Jenkins. Now, so before going to start the next concept, I want to tell you some details like if you forgot the password in the Jenkins, then how to recover that password. So you are able to you are logging into Jenkins, right? It is asking the password. So now if you forgot the Jenkins password, then how to recover that Jenkins password, guys? So now connect to the Jenkins server. Yes, we are in the Jenkins server now. If you forgot the password of Jenkins, then go to this location. Go to this location. So that is go to where lib Jenkins. That is the folder. That is the folder. Open config.xml file. If you go to this where lib Jenkins, cd space where lib Jenkins, ls-l, there will be a file. We can open that file, vi config.xml. Now this is the Jenkins configuration file, guys. So if you forgot the password for your Jenkins, then how can we recover that password? So here, if you forgot the password, then what you need to do is there will be a security tag. You need to set it as a false. There will be a security tag that you need to set as a false. Now use the security. It is available as a true. If you set as a false, then it will not ask the password for you. So this is one way how you can recover that. If you forgot the password, how to log in into Jenkins. So there is use a security tag available in the config.xml. Here I have given. Go to where lib Jenkins folder. There is a config.xml file. Set value for use security as false. Use security as false. Use security here. Use security tag is available. If you set it as a false value, then you no need to enter the password. Once you change that value, then restart the Jenkins. Then it will not ask the password for you. That is one thing. And second thing, Jenkins is running on which port number, guys? By default, Jenkins is running on which port number by default? Jenkins is running on the port number 8080. Tomcat is also running on the port number 8080. Do you know how to change the port number for Tomcat server? Do you know how to change the port number for Tomcat server? Come on. How to change the port number for Tomcat? Server.xml. Where is that server.xml? Where is that server.xml? In the conf folder of Tomcat. So similarly, sir, I want to run the Jenkins and Tomcat on the same machine. I don't want to change the Tomcat port number. I want to keep the Tomcat port number as it is. Can I change Jenkins port number? Yes, you can do that change also. How to change Jenkins port number? How to change the Jenkins port number now? In order to change the port number for the Jenkins, so you need to go to this location. Go to root directory, then go to etc/sysconfig folder. Now see here, let me come out from this. Yep, quit. Now cd space etc/sysconfig. Now I'm going to this sysconfig/etc/sysconfig folder. In this, you can see one file with a name called Jenkins. Okay, vi sudo vi. But guys, this is a root file, right? So let's switch to root user or use sudo sudo vi Jenkins. There will be a file with a name called Jenkins. When you open this file, Jenkins file, there you can see that Jenkins port number will be available. By default, it is configured to 8080. Can you see the port number? Jenkins port number is equal to 8080. Can you see the port number of Jenkins to 8080? Guys, come on. Can you see the port number as 8080? Yes. If you want, you can customize the port number here. You can change that port number. Then Jenkins can run on different port number. Are you guys able to understand this? Are you guys able to understand this? How to change, how to remove the password permission for Jenkins and how to change Jenkins port number. Clear? Good. Now let's come to the reality, how the Jenkins jobs will be created. Guys, here when I do jobs creation, dev job is taking the code from which branch of the Git repository. Can you see the branch name? From which branch it is taking the code? Dev job code, it is taking from which branch? Master. That means we are configuring the branch name. For example, in my application, developers are working and developers are creating multiple branches to deploy their code. Multiple branches they are creating to deploy their code. Now I don't want to hard code a particular branch for my job. Can we configure branch name in the runtime so that we can deploy the code from whichever the branch we want? Satya, you asked this question, I think in the previous session. 1 or 2 days back, you asked this question. How can we deploy the code into a server from a particular branch? From a particular branch. Got my point, guys? Now, I want to create one Jenkins job. My Jenkins job should not have any hard-coded branch name. Whenever I am going to run the job, I want to give the branch name. Whatever the branch name I will give, from that branch name, it has to take the code and it has to deploy. Basically, developers are working on this. Multiple developers are working on the code. The developers want to deploy the code into dev environment. I have created a future branch and you created a future 101. Somebody created future 102. They want to test their code. Generally, what will happen in the real time is, guys, some projects functionalities cannot be executed in the developer local system. Some project functionalities cannot be executed in the developer's local system. Now there is a dev environment. There is a dev environment. Dev server is available. This is called as my dev environment. This is called as my dev environment. In this dev environment, my web server is running. That is called my Tomcat is running. My Tomcat server is running. Okay, fine. Project is having a Git repository. Project is having a Git repository. So there are so many developers are available for our application they are working on. It is very complex banking application we are developing. So there are several developers available for our project. Several developers available for our project. Okay. So now what happened is these developers are creating the branches when they are working on some R&D. So this is my GitHub repository. So this is my GitHub repository. I have one master branch by default, and there is one developer branch also available, and there is a feature branch available, and there is a staging branch available, and there is a release branch available. Okay, these are the branches we have created in our application to deploy the code. Now, generally, the code will be deployed from developer branch to dev environment. Generally, the code will be deployed from developer branch to dev environment. But in my project, we have a special requirement. The developers who are working on this project, they cannot test the code in the local. Now, so there is a developer whose name is Raju. There is a developer whose name is Raju. Raju is doing some R&D on the project. For that, Raju created one branch with a name called R&D. R&D. R&D branch created in this. R&D branch created. Now, Raju is doing the changes only in the R&D branch because it is some research he is working on. He's working on some research work in the project. He should not commit the code to develop branch because all the developers are committing the code to develop branch. Now, the remaining developers are committing the code to develop branch only. Their code is available in the develop branch. Only Raju code is available in R&D branch. Whatever the R&D work Raju has done, Raju cannot test that R&D work in the local system because of some environmental issues. Due to some environment issues, environmental specific configurations, Raju cannot test this code in the local. Raju want to test the code in the dev environment. Raju want to test the code in the dev environment. Are you guys able to follow me? Now, so these people want to deploy the code to dev environment from which branch? Now let me name them as this is Ganesh and this is Mahesh. Okay, there are two developers available, Ganesh and Mahesh, and there is another developer called Raju. Ganesh and Mahesh want to deploy the code into dev environment. From which branch they want to deploy? From which branch they want to deploy the code to dev environment, guys? They want to deploy the code from develop branch because they are doing the coding and they are merging the changes in the develop branch and they want to deploy the code into dev environment. Raju is doing the R&D work in the R&D branch. Raju want to deploy the code from R&D branch to dev environment. So now here, do we need to hard code the branch name or we need to keep branch name as a dynamic? Guys, in the Jenkins job, do we need to hard code the branch name or we need to keep the branch name as a dynamically so that developers can deploy the code from the any branch which they want into the dev environment? We should not hard code the branch name. We should not hard code the branch name. Are you guys getting my point? We should not hard code the branch name. We need to keep the branch name as dynamically. We need to select the branch name dynamically so that we can deploy the code from any branch into our dev environment or any environment. When I am running the job, I will select from which branch it has to take the code and deploy into which server. Are you guys able to follow me? Every job will be mapped to one environment, but from which branch that job should pick up the code, that can be dynamic. I can give that branch name as a parameter to the job so that when I run the job, I will select the branch name. So from that particular branch, it is going to take the code and it will deploy the code into that server. Are you able to follow me? What I'm trying to explain today? Are you able to follow me? What I'm trying to explain today? So what I'm trying to explain now, what we need to do, what we need to do. I want to create a job. I want to create a job with the branch name as a parameter. You can select any branch at the time of running the job. Okay. Now let's observe. Guys, let me go to dev server. Let me go for dev server. Now I don't need this SIT UAT and all, guys. Let me stop all these instances unnecessarily. The build generates SIT UAT server. I am going to stop instance. Stop. I don't need them. I have closed those servers also. Now I have only two things now. One is my dev server, which is running. Let me undeploy my application from the dev also. Right. There is no application available in the dev. Now here I have my Jenkins dashboard. In the Jenkins, sit job is available. Let me disable the project. Back to project. Now UAT, disable the project. That means they cannot execute. So now which job is available now? Dev job is available. Dev job is available. Do you want me to create another job so that I can create the job from the beginning, guys, so that you can understand carefully? How can I create a job with a build name as a with the branch name as a input so that that can be deployed to a server? So here observe my Tomcat is running. It is my dev server basically. Tomcat server is available in the EC2. Go to Jenkins. Can you see our Git repository? Can you see our Git repository? How many branches are available? Master branch available, and there is a develop branch also available. Master branch available, develop branch is available. Now let me create a Jenkins job so that I can show you the demo how to give the branch name as an input for the job execution. New item, select this Ashok IT job freestyle project, click on OK. Here only you have to make that selection. Can you see under general, this project is parameterized. Guys, can you see that this project is parameterized? Do you have a option whenever you are creating a job under the general tab? Can you see one option called this project is parameterized? Can I select this option? This project is parameterized. In the real time, every job will be having parameters from which branch you want to pick up the code and you want to deploy to which environment, right? Now, so here I'm selecting this project is parameterized. Select it. Are you guys getting my point? Ashok IT job, general tab. In the general tab, there is a checkbox. This project is parameterized. Select this option, add parameter, choice parameter or string parameter. I'm giving choice parameter. That means whatever the options we will give, those options only they have to select. If you select as a string parameter, that means you have to enter that manually. Now add parameter, string parameter, name, default value, and description. Like that you need to give. If you want them to enter the branch name manually, then you can go for string parameter. If you want them to select from the given option, then you can go for choice parameter. I'm giving the choice name as branch name. Choices I'm giving as master. I'm giving as develop. I will give as future. I will give as release. And I will give as R&D, research. Like this, I'm giving several choices. So here I'm selecting this project this job is parameterized. This project is parameterized. What is the parameter? Choice parameter. I'm selecting branch name. Now choices from these branches, they have to select one branch to deploy. Master, develop, feature, release, research. From release branch, research branch, or any branch, you can give that. Description, branch name. Now source code management, come to GitHub, repository URL, copy this project, go to the repository URL, credentials, select the Git credentials, branch name. What they are asking here, guys? Branch name. Do I need to give the master or I need to give the branch name dynamically? I need to give the branch name dynamically. Rank for any $/ of branch name. That means whatever the branch name will come from the choice parameter that we have going to select here, that branch name it has to take to do the build. Right. In general tab, I'm selecting this project is parameterized. I'm giving the name as a branch name for the choice parameter. These are the options I'm giving: master, develop, feature, release, and research. Then after source code management, from which repository this job has to take the build. I am giving this source code repository, my my Git repository URL I'm giving, my Git credentials I'm configuring, then branches. By default, it will be having master branch, but now I don't want to hard code the branch name as master. I want to give that as dynamic. So I'm giving the branch specifier, whatever the name you have given, with the same name you need to configure. Next one, build triggers, poll SCM, or build periodically, or if you don't give anything also, then we are going to run that job manually. Build environment, delete workspace before build starts, build step, Maven targets, clean and package, post build action, deploy var to container, my var file start.var, context path, I will give it as IT-dev, select the container we need to use as 9.x, container credentials, Tomcat URL. This is my Tomcat URL. I'm configuring this. Now click on apply, click on save. So with this, come here. We have created a job called Ashok IT job. You can now, guys, is it having build now option? Is it having build with parameters option? Can you see the title here to run the job? Menu got changed or not? Menu got changed or not? Do we have build now or do we have build with parameters? Build with parameters. Why it is coming as build with parameters? Branch name is a parameter here. We need to give the branch name as the input to from which branch this job has to take the code. For every project, Git repository will be available. For every repository, branches also will be available. So when you are running a Jenkins job to do the build and deployment, you tell that from which branch it has to take the code and it should perform build and deployment. Are you guys able to understand what is build with parameters option? Are you guys able to understand what is build with parameters option? All right. Now click on build with currently, check my Tomcat. Do I have any application deployed in my Tomcat? Do I have any application deployed in my Tomcat? No. Currently no application is deployed in my Tomcat. My job is available. Click on build with the parameters. Oh, it is asking branch name to select. This build requires a parameter called project Ashok IT job is available. This build requires parameter called branch name. Let me select the branch name as a master and click on build. Now go to console output, go to the build number one, console output. Can you see from which branch it is taking the code? Deleting the workspace which is already available. This is the repository, remote Git repository, cloning the Git repository, Git fetch, Git config, origin URL, okay, Git checkout, commit message, first time build, clean package. Can you see branch name here? Can you see the branch name here? No branch name. Why the branch name is not given? Which branch we selected to do the deployment? Master branch. When I do git clone, by default, which branch will come? When I do git clone, by default, which branch will come? Master branch only. Now go to Tomcat. Can you see application is deployed? Can you see in the Tomcat my application is deployed? Application is deployed. Now let me go back and run the job. Already build number one success. It has taken master branch code. Now let me go and execute the job once again with a different branch now. Build with the parameters, select the branch name as develop. Now I'm selecting which branch, guys. When I click on build with parameters, I have to select the parameter, then only I can run this job. Now I'm selecting the branch name as develop, click on build. Build number 2 started. build numbers 2 started. Go to this build, console output. Okay, this also success. Okay, now can you see this? Can you see this? Cloning the Git repository, fetching this Git config. Can you see the develop here? Can you see the develop branch here? From which repository taking the revision of which branch now? Which branch it is taking? Is it taking a master or is it taking a develop branch? It is taking a develop branch and it is doing that deployment. So if you want to see that difference clearly, we can make some code change in the develop branch and we can try. Now go to develop branch, index.jsp. Yes, here, welcome to Ashoka, it is available. When you go for master branch, index.jsp having extra text. Now go and run this application. What message is coming? Only welcome to Ashoka, it is coming. If I deploy the code from the master branch, it will come leading software training institute, because there is a change in the repositories branches. Now master branch index file is having welcome to Ashoka IT leading software training institute, but in my Tomcat, am I getting that leading software training institute message? No. In the Tomcat server, which branch code got deployed? In the Tomcat server, which branch code got deployed? Develop branch code got deployed. In the develop branch, do I have that message after welcome to Ashoka IT? Do I have that software training message? I don't have it. That's why my Tomcat is displaying just welcome to Ashoka IT. Let me run this job from the master branch now. Guys, sorry, my net got disconnected. Yeah. Can you see my screen now? All of you can see my screen now? So the net got disconnected, sir. Sorry. Okay. You are able to understand the difference between the master branch file and develop branch file. Develop branch file is having just welcome to Ashoka IT. If I select the master branch, now can you see it is having welcome to Ashoka IT leading software training institute. So the files, the project welcome page is the same in both branches, or it is not same in both branches. Master branch file and develop branch file both are same or both are not same. The code available in the master branch, the code available in the develop branch, both are same, both are not same. Guys, tell me, the code in the master branch and develop branch both same, not same, not same. Okay. Okay, now go to Jenkins dev job. Ashoka IT job I am opening. Now I want to build this with the parameter. I want to build with parameters. Click on this option, build with parameters. I will select master branch, then see the output of our project. I have clicked build with parameters option. It is taking time. Network is slow. We're connected to Wi-Fi only. Let's wait. Yes, right. Now select master branch, click on build, click on master branch, click on build. Now it should deploy master branch code into my Tomcat server. It should deploy master branch code into Tomcat server. Third build is executing. Third build is executing. Third build success. Now see that I'm going to refresh my project. I'm going to refresh my project. Can you see? File changed, output changed. Is it deploying the master branch code? Is it deploying the master branch code or not? Yes. Now let me run this job once again with a develop branch now. Click on build with parameter. Now I will select the branch name as develop. A different output should come. This message should not come. It is not there in the develop. So the code which is available in the develop and master is not same. So when the developers want to test their code from a particular branch, then they can select their branch name. We need to give the branch name option as dynamic. So you understand how to create the Jenkins job with a parameter, branch name as a parameter. Come on, guys. Yes. Now I will select develop. Now I will select develop. Click on build. Click on build. Now I am selecting develop branch. I'm doing the build. I'm selecting develop branch. I'm doing the build. Develop branch code should be deployed to server. Develop branch code should be deployed to server. Refresh. Is it yes? Now can you see? Can you see this now? Output changed. Output changed. Dev code is deployed. Dev code deployed to dev branch code deployed to the server. Now tell me why we discussed Git branches. Do you really need to know the Git branches as a DevOps engineer, or you no need to know the Git branches? What is a Git repository? What is a branch? How to clone a branch? Branches are very, very, very important. Okay. So now we are able to create the Jenkins jobs to deploy the code into environment, and we are able to create the pipelines also to execute the jobs in the sequence, and we are able to create the Jenkins job with a parameter as well. My branch name is a dynamic parameter. At the time of executing the job, you can choose which branch code you want to deploy. For example, let me try to execute this job by selecting release branch. Do we have a release branch in the repository? Do you have a release branch in the repository? We don't have it. Let's try. Let's give it a try. Try to run this job by selecting a branch which is not available. क्या हो रहा भाई ये उसका इंटरनेट दिमाग खराब बार बार फट रहा है यार. Guys, anyone in the companies, have you seen build job with the parameter? Branch name will be selected to do the deployment when you are executing a job. Anybody's observed that in your project? Yes, in the real time, definitely every job will have branch name as a parameter. Regularly you are doing that. Okay, Madhukar, good. Build with parameters. I'm selecting a branch name called release. but actually in the repository, do I have a release? Do I have a release branch in the repository? No, but I am selecting the branch name as a release. Click on build. I'm doing the build from release branch, but actually the release branch is not available. Build will success or build will failure? Build will get success or build will get fail? It should get fail. Let's wait. Guys, today the Jenkins is very slow. The Jenkins is very slow. I have selected the branch name as a release, but we don't have the release branch in the repository. We don't have release branch in the repository. Fifth one, success or failed. Fifth build number, success or failed. It failed. Do you know why it got failed? Do you know why it got failed? With the given name, there is no branch available. With the given name, there is no branch available. Go to the build number 5. Go to the build number 5 and see the console output. See the console output. You can understand the problem. You can understand the problem. Console output, build log, how the build got executed, how the job got executed. That job log messages you can find out by using this console output. And you can see what are the parameters we have given for that build also. Parameters also we can give. We can see the what with which parameters the job got executed. You can see that. Build parameters. Let's wait. I'm going to open that. Console output I'm opening. It is taking time to load. Clearly it will show you what is the problem, why that job failed. Okay. Can you see why? What is the status? Failure. Build failed or deployment failed? Guys, tell me, build failed or deployment failed? Come on. Build failed or deployment failed? Here, build only failed, not deployment, man. First of all, the code is not able to pull. We are unable to clone the repository. Now the build only failed. It is trying to clone the repository. It is trying to clone the repository from release branch, but there is no release branch available. So build failed. Build failed. See, click on parameters. What are the parameters we have given to execute this build also? You can see here. So the complete information about your build you can see in the Jenkins. With which parameters you have executed. You see the branch name is selected as a release to execute the build number 5. To execute the build number 5, we have selected release branch. In the Git, the release branch is not available. That's why it got failed. All right, fine. So with this, we understood how to create this Jenkins jobs. Okay, I'm going to stop my Jenkins server and my dev server. Once your practice is completed, then you stop these details, guys. Once your practice is completed, stop these servers so that you can avoid that build generation. So are you able to understand Jenkins jobs creation, dynamically parameters, deploying the project to the environment within the AWS, how to create a pipeline, what is sequence jobs, how to execute the jobs in the sequence, build trigger conditions, periodical trigger, poll SCM, on demand, build with parameters, build now. Yep. And we know how to change the port number of the Jenkins. We know how to remove the password for the Jenkins. Now with this, we understood jobs creation, jobs execution, jobs triggering and all. We need to understand some administrator work in the Jenkins. Now, how to create the users in the Jenkins, how to give the permissions for the users. Can we give the permission for the developer to edit the Jenkins job, or developer only should execute the job? Guys, in our project, developers will be available, DevOps people will be available. Can everybody create the job in the Jenkins in the project, or only DevOps team should create the job? Come on. Only DevOps people should create the job. Developers should not be able to create the jobs in the Jenkins. Developers should not be able to modify the jobs in the Jenkins. Developers should have only permission to run the job. That's it. So how to manage those permissions? How to manage the users in the Jenkins? How to manage permissions for the users? How to do administrator work in the Jenkins? That we are going to discuss in the tomorrow session. Clear? Fine. Okay, guys, 1 second. Muhammad is facing some issue. Let's help Muhammad. What is the problem that he is facing? I'm giving the permission, Muhammad, to share your screen. Share your screen. Check what is the issue that guy facing and try to resolve that issue, so that if you get that issue in future, so that you can resolve it on your own. Please observe. Yeah, Muhammad, आपका screen share करो भाई. Muhammad, unmute your mic and share your screen. Mr. Muhammad, I can't hear your voice.
Yeah, I'm just going to share my screen now. Thank you.
Yeah, share it.
Yeah. I'm just going to